Police and EMS, you're returning at 321.
This just happened. The train can't move because the rescue 2's on the tracks. But I'm not too sure how this car got like this though. I don't know. Was they speeding and hit the pole? Somebody said speed. You got it. It's like a single car accident, so you tell me what happened. 25 miles an hour in the city, does it all the time. Right over here at South Huntington and Heath. We're definitely gonna wait for the tow for this one. Like I said, that's a metal pole. So those metal poles don't move that often. Just so you guys know, those are those old MBTA metal poles that hang those power wires up for the trolley. And they've been there for quite some time.
Who was the patient? Engine 18 with the patient, 1913.
Good thing there was nobody walking on the sidewalk. Good thing there was nobody on the sidewalk.
Yes, ma'am. Huntington, South Huntington.
I don't know.
411, which location?
Greg with a 111, Charlie Robert back on the 19th.
How did they explain it to the insurance company? That's what I want to know. Hey, what do you tell your insurance company? The car took control and hit the wall all by itself? Because as far as we see, there's no other vehicle that could have possibly hit them and ran them off the road. Or I'm assuming they were coming up South Huntington from Huntington, and somehow, some way, maybe they was trying to go down the driveway there and missed the turn for the driveway. I don't know. I'm asking this gentleman how fast he thinks they were going. Think they were doing about 25 miles an hour?
I'm sorry?
Think they were doing 25 miles an hour?
So he said someone was speeding down this way. He was taking a U-turn and he tried to avoid the car.
Wow, I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
That's why they got
Yeah.
their job.
I know. I took a class in that. I don't believe that. I'll tell you that right now. I don't believe that story. How fast you think that car was going?
At least 40.
At least 40?
Yeah.
Maybe more than 40 to do that kind of damage? You see
Well, the reason why I say 40 because I mean the windows would have popped out if it was any faster.
No, you can hit it harder than that without popping the windows
I
up.
know I heard a big boom like somebody hit a tree.
They hit that pole right there. That's what they hit.
You know what it is that anytime something's over there, they try to, like a trolley, they try to speed up.
Well, you shouldn't
I
be
don't know
speeding
why.
up.
I work right here. I see it all the time.
And they should be slowing down. Not speed.
Definitely.
You don't. When something gets in your way, you slow down. You don't speed up.
Yeah.
She said that allegedly a car was speeding, and this car did a U-turn trying to avoid a car. That don't make any sense.
No.
Why would you make a U-turn trying to avoid a car?
No.
You would just stop, let the car pass you. You know what I mean? You don't make a U-turn trying to avoid a car. I see it all the time. Trust me, I see erratic drivers all the time.
Yeah. One time across the street, the guy hit the other guy so bad his bumper came off. The guy actually come out and said, "I'm sorry." Get back in his car and takes off.
Oh wow!
And the guy with the bumper couldn't chase him because it was hanging.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it's very dangerous sometimes. Worst time is like if the trolley's waiting for the other trolley to get out, but they all speed around, you know.
Right.
You know, and they're all like trying to get to the one lane, fighting each other coming this way.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. I mean,
no, I see some serious ones. That look like more than I think they're doing about at least 50 for that
Well,
one.
there's one thing for sure. These poles do not move.
They don't. I just said that.
Those are pure steel.
Those are the old MBTA
Yep.
poles back in the 50s. I don't know what happened.
I think she hit the pole.
We've seen
I have no idea.
You have to ask her how she did that. I have no idea how she did that.
There's no other vehicle involved?
No, just one car. That one car right here. I think she's still in the ambulance.
She is.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I wasn't gonna take a picture if she wasn't. I just don't want to be cruel like that, you know.
Yeah.
So what are y'all videotaping?
Oh, I'm just taking a picture. I work.
I'm like the local news in the city of Boston. I document everything that happens. I see it, I put it up there and document it.
Your eyes will always peeled. Thank you, my
You
friend.
gotta keep your eyes out. Make people aware of what's going on in their community. And just so you know, the speed limit in the city of Boston is only 25 miles an hour. So a lot of people do. I don't see anybody. Nobody does it. Like,
Well, she doesn't drive fast at all. That's my sister. I drive.
I don't know how she did that. Like, did somebody run her off the road or?
I don't know. My watch went off. It was
Yeah.
an emergency.
Gotcha. Yeah. Ask her what happened. Maybe she could tell you what happened.
She can't talk right now.
She can't. Oh, I got you. Well, as long as she's safe, that's the most important thing. Got you. You might as well for insurance purposes, you know. They're gonna ask for pictures. Like I said, I mean, this gentleman said he works in his building over here. I see many accidents on the same roadway, and the worst ones are. This is the worst ones when they ride them four wheels on the tracks and they spin out. You ever seen that? When all four tires get on the metal tracks and they lose traction and they spin out.
I haven't seen that yet.
Oh,
I see them on the bikes all the time.
I see one right on Huntington Ave. A person trying to put all four wheels on the metal tracks, and rubber and steel don't mix. So no one doesn't take classes on that stuff. So they don't understand that trains have metal to metal. Rubber to metal does something totally.
You slide.
You slide. So what happens? Take care, buddy. It spun out and did a whole.
You see everything out there.
You might hang out here a little bit longer. You might see a train crash like we had in Somerville. Who knows? Somerville had a, I don't know. Interesting though. All I can tell people, it doesn't matter how good of a driver you are. I don't care if you've been on the road for 25, 30 years. Crashes because you caused it. An accident is something that could be prevented, if I'm saying it the right way. A crash could be prevented, put it that way. An accident cannot be prevented. So, if my theory is correct, I'm not the smartest person in the world. Almost 90% of these accidents on the road right now could be prevented. But they're not calling them accidents anymore, they call them crashes. And the reason why they call them crashes is because they can be prevented. Now, an accident is, okay, say for example, you park your car on a hill and it's icy and you get out the car and it starts sliding down the hill. That could be considered an accident, but then somebody might say, well, if you took up driving classes, you turn your wheels into the curb so you don't go down the hill. So there's a couple of things that you got to keep in mind. Another cruiser just pulled up right here. B2 cruisers. And like I said, it's like accidents all over the city of Boston or crashes that could be prevented. I know, Mark, you're going to keep correcting me all the time. Nez, don't call them accidents anymore. Call them crashes. And Mark calls me all the time on it. Call them crashes. Mark, these are crashes. These are not accidents. These are crashes. A single car crash on South Huntington Ave. That's what it's called. One single car crash. We're going to hang around for the police tow. They definitely have to tow that vehicle. It's definitely not driving out of here. 100% guarantee it's not driving out of here. Now, sometimes you're driving and you don't know your speed. Because I can tell you right now, I'm going to be honest with you. When I drive in the city of Boston, I'm not doing 25. I'm doing about 35. Depends on what location I'm at. I might do 40, squeeze it in here and there. I'm not doing 60 though. I'm not trying to do 60 in a thickly settled area. And I don't wish to do 50 if I can help it. So she must not be.
Any service cars on the far side is familiar with
So,
stick out to 419X.
like I said, I don't know. They don't look like. It looks like the person got out of the ambulance. So they're doing.
Same report last night.
Did she refuse medical attention?
Anyone want to go talk to her?
I don't know. That's not my business. I hang over here until the tow truck shows up. Then I grab the tow scene. I let them do their thing while they're over there. So once the tow truck comes up, I walk over there and get an image of them hooking it up and getting it out of there. Just see how this car's making that turn right there. That turn right there will get you all the time. That turn right there. And the question is, where should they make that turn? Because if you go real close, there's like a divider in the street that kind of tells you shouldn't be in that area, if I'm not mistaken. And unless they changed it, there used to be some kind of divider almost in the middle of that roadway there where you couldn't make that turn right there. I'm gonna walk over there and see if it's still there. It used to be something indicating you can't, like some kind of crossed out lines that say you shouldn't be turning right there. Now, it doesn't say no left turn onto, you know what? We can always figure that out too. We can take a quick walk over there.
101. You group is over on Houston,
Let's take a quick peek. It can't hurt. This is very busy. If you look to the left and the right, you see how many cars come through. Look at the amount of traffic coming up this way. That car's probably gonna try to beat that light. Yeah, he stopped.
113 out of Robert in the call about the
See how this car's making the turn a little sharper. So the question is, if I'm driving up here, where do I make this turn? And yeah, so there is like I thought, there is something in the middle of that roadway that says you can't turn there. It's right there in the middle. See that? So you should be cutting that sharp because you're going on the wrong side of the road. See where that car's going? That's the correct way to make the turn that way. But you can't make the other turn that way because you'll be going onto that oncoming traffic. And I am correct. I don't think you can make a left-hand turn here. Now, hold on. Let's find out if you can make a left-hand turn here. Does it say you can't make a left turn? It says yield. No stopping anytime. Nothing says you can't make a left-hand turn. But they do make a left-hand turn. Interesting. Hold on. This is this is Heath Street right here that I am on. Let's go back to the next pole and see what the next pole says on there. This pole says, just indicating a crosswalk. Oh, channel 10 just pulled up. So there's nothing saying you can't make a left-hand turn. But the question is, how do you make a left-hand turn safe? Because if you look in here, theoretically you shouldn't be able to make a left-hand turn onto Center Street. What street is that? I can't even think of what street that is. Hold on. I thought that was Center Street, but let me find out for sure. That's South Huntington. Sorry about that. South Huntington. So, because it doesn't say no left-hand turn, you can make a left-hand turn here, but the question is it safe? And I don't think it is. See, this guy can make this turn because he's going kind of wide, but he can make that turn because there's a cutout for that. There's a cutout for that turn. But if you look in the middle, you see that it's kind of worn out. But this is like a crossed out area that tells you could be making a left-hand turn there. The ambulance almost got hit by that trolley. Remember, trolleys are supposed to follow the rules of the road, just so you know. Just because they're on tracks don't mean they're excluded. They have to follow the rules of the road. If they see an ambulance, they have to either pull over, or they can't pull over, but stop, let them proceed. What do you got going on here? Hey, what's happening? There's a single car accident on South Huntington Ave. Hit a pole. Single car accident. Car hit a pole on South Huntington. You'll see it. That's where I'm at. Just give me the details. Give me all the details. Yeah, I am. I'm on here with Channel 10. I'll call you in a few minutes. As soon as the tow scene's over, I'll give you a call. All right, bye. Channel 10's first on scene today. He's gonna be getting all the news. Might as well get a close up, man. You might as well get on the other side, man. You're too far away. So, correct me if I'm wrong. You guys that know traffic rules and regulations. If I got two-way traffic going this way, and I got this crisscross in the middle of the roadway, where am I allowed to make my left-hand turn on the South Huntington if I'm going that way? And this cars are only going this way through here. So, is it permittable? So my question is, can I drive up to like where this car is now and make that turn? But I ran over this thing here. So I don't know. I don't know. Just keep an eye out for all the crazy drivers. Let these guys drive because I'm not going to try to cut in front of them.
Bravo 431.
You know what? Now that I think about it, these drivers are they're bad on the road. So
We didn't see anything. I'm gonna write a couple lines in the field, Tony.
they say that she don't speed. Everybody speeds, just so you know. Everybody speeds. Don't ever say they don't speed. Everybody speeds. Like I don't know a driver that don't speed. They all speed. They speed when it's necessary, but they do speed. Now, excessive speed is something different from just regular speeding. So there's two different types of speed. There's regular speed and excessive speed. This is not excessive speed, but I think you're going over 25 miles an hour. Matter of fact, one day I'm going to meet up with an accident reconstruction person, and maybe they can give us all the details of how the impacts look from 5 miles an hour to 10 miles an hour to 15 miles an hour. The insurance companies do it all the time. They do these crash tests. You've probably seen a couple of videos of them. Now, see, you're not looking at this because that's not where the impact took place. You're looking at over here where the impact took place. So when you see that pushed in that far, and this piece here pushed in, that's the force of impact on this side of the car. So you can't go by the grill because if you look real close, the grill was untouched. So the point of impact is not here. The point of impact's over there. So you always go by the point of impact, and that bases your speed. Your opinion, how fast was this car going?
Pretty fast.
Pretty-
I didn't see it.
Just based off the looks of it.
Probably 30, 40.
30, 40?
I drive up down the street every day. And there's
R5.
accidents throughout the street, up and down. Mostly right here.
Right here, yeah, I know.
Right here, right down before Dunkin' Donuts.
The other question, I don't know if you know the answer. Can you make a left-hand turn off of Heath Street onto South Huntington?
Yeah.
Where would you make it at, though?
They come out over by the tracks and they come out this way.
Yeah, that's kind of wide left turn, and no one knows what you're doing when you do that. So that's kind of scary. So the battery is on the battery. I don't know if the fire department put that battery on the ground. If it got knocked out of the car and put it on the ground, but That's the battery right there. All the impacts on the driver's side of the car. He says maybe 30 or 40. Let's see, 30 or 40.
Engine 20, ladder 6, unknown type condition, 151 Halleck Street, Dorchester. Engine 20, ladder 6, unknown type condition, 151
I don't know.
Street, Dorchester. Nearest box
I'm thinking a little bit higher, but we'll say they were doing 40. We'll say they were doing 40. But that's still a lot of impact for 40 though.
Open mic. You said apartment 3?
You could probably do this at 45. We'll say maybe 45.
15,000, unit 3. Mind say doing a callback. We only have apartment A and apartment B.
Too sure these guys got going on over here. Somebody needs to do a traffic study in this location. Let's see what happens. Somebody should do a traffic study in this area right here and see how effective it is. Why don't they put a center running bus lane up here? Like, you know, they want to put center running bus lanes in places. How about run one down? No, they won't do that. They won't do that. They'll catch all kind of hell trying to run one up Center Street. Center Street's kind of narrow too. It wouldn't work.
Area 750, Harrison 12.
But I don't know if you guys, you know what? You guys probably do remember, depending on how old you are. They did have a green line that went all the way up Center Street to Forest Hills. So it is theoretically possible, because if you could run a green line train from, as a matter of fact, it ran from here. It ran from here all the way up Center Street. Well, South Huntington to Center Street. And it went all the way up Center Street to Forest Hills. And that goes back, it goes back to the 50s, 60s, back. Well, I remember it in the 70s and 80s, so the tracks were still there. At some point, they stopped doing it, but just so you guys know, when a trolley train stops like that, you're supposed to treat that trolley train as if it's a school bus. So you shouldn't be passing on that right-hand side, just so you know. I think it's a $250 fine if you do pass, if I'm not mistaken.
Apartment 303.
Those MBTA metal poles, they don't move. I remember when they used to have the old orange line up going down Washington Street. Many cars used to hit those poles, and boy, those poles never moved. Those poles, they wouldn't even shake. You hit one of those poles, it's almost like committing suicide. What the shit, what he's trying to do? Like, but see, the thing about this, right? If somebody's running you off the road, the insurance company tells you to hit that car that's running you off the road, because you know why? When you hit this pole, who do you blame for hitting that pole? You can't say the other car caused you to hit the pole. Like, I'd rather hit the other car than hit the pole. I'll tell you that right now. If somebody's running me off the road and I have no more room to move and he still pushed me off the road, I'm gonna do some defensive movement, and I'm either gonna pit him, I'm gonna push him off the road. I will get damage to the car no matter what, but I ain't doing that. I'm not running into the. We're not doing that. So we got tow truck on scene. It's like Precision. Is that Precision? No. Yeah, it is. You might pull it from the rear and make it easier.
If I can go one and go through. Upon arrival at that incident on Mass Avenue, Journey's obviously taking place in Sandy Hook. Was that active or is that up there? Bravo 457 to 458.
You got airbags on this truck too. Hey, what's happening?
You guys just bear up to this 2C Smith Street. The male walking around the rear of the building now.
Show 10 is clearing out quick. They don't want to get the tow scene, so he's out of there. He got a couple of footage. He's gonna extend that up, and then he's off to the next one. I gotta get the tow scene for Mark, so if I don't get this tow scene, Mark's gonna be mad at me. He's like, Nez, get those tow scenes, man. I want to see what these guys are doing. Mark, one thing this guy does have is high visible vest on. I'm gonna point that out to you right away. High visible vest, he got it on. He's good. Is he gonna put his gloves on? We're gonna find out. So we'll get back to you on that one. Mark's a good critic on towing. He's big on safety. He's always about getting the right, how do you say it? The right tool for the right job. So shout out to Mark over there doing this thing. Keep up the good work, man. One day I'm coming up with a ride along too, man. I seen your invite. I'm gonna call you for that invite one of these days. I don't know what day it's gonna be, but we'll hook up. I know you're gonna leave some comments in the section, cause like you always do. What's is dangerous? See how he's between that truck and that car? Never, ever, ever, ever get between a car and the truck that close. Cause all somebody gonna do is whack this freaking truck, and he's pinned. I'm telling you right now that it's done. It happens all the time. Don't do that. Don't ever, 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 ever. If you hear any safety training, and I hope these tow truck drivers do, you don't stand that close to that truck. Matter of fact, that truck is supposed to be for your safety. You push that truck further out and put your flashing lights on. He's got his flashing lights on, but he don't have his overheads on. He's got his front flashes on, but he don't have his rear flashes. Should put both of them on. He should have his ramp lights on too, just to see everything. Right, Mark? Am I right or wrong? Should he have these takedowns on up there to put the takedowns on? If you have them, they say use them. It doesn't make sense to have it and not use it. Every part of your safety equipment you should be wearing. You should be wearing gloves. You should have your goggles. You should have your high visible vest on. Some people go as far as saying chalk the tires. Now you don't. Well, do you have to chalk the tires? Not really. You can probably put the parking brake on, but you don't have to chalk the tires. Some people may say you have to, depending on who's training. Take a quick walk from the front. So if you look at the front of the truck, this is what you're seeing. Which is not bad. You know, it is visibility. It does give you visibility. But you got a whole light bar on top. I would utilize it. If it works, put it on. If it don't work, it shouldn't be on the truck. It don't make sense to have a light bar on the truck if it don't work. Matter of fact, I was doing an inspection on a truck when I used to do snow plowing. Every light on your truck, whether they're marker lights, license plate lights, they don't care. Third brake light. When they do the inspection on the truck, every single light, your snowplow lights, every light is supposed to work. They don't care. If it's on that truck, it's supposed to work. That's part of your safety checkpoint. I don't know how they do it now, but They say if it's affixed to the vehicle, it should work. It should be in good working order. Lens should be intact. It shouldn't be broken. All that good stuff. Mark, leave the comments. If I'm messing up, let me know.
Bravo 104.
I don't follow that chapter 90, Mark. I know you're going to the chapter 90 book. You're gonna go look it up tonight.
One more time, no trouble. Bravo 415. Shut that down.
And a shout out to a YouTuber named Ron Pratt. Now he knows who he is. Midwest Towing. Big rigs and towing out in Midwest. They're doing a great job out there. Midwest Towing. Ron Pratt, he comes from a family of tow truck drivers. His son, him, his father, I think his wife's involved too. They all do it. The whole family of big rig towing and recovery. He drives the rotator most of the time, or some of the time. If you don't believe it, go look him up on YouTube. Just look up Midwest. I believe it's Midwest Towing. You see him all up there. Or just type in Ron Pratt. It'll pop right up. Got to give you a plug, Ron. You've been doing that for years. I've been checking you out. Yeah, I just don't like the fact that you put a vehicle so close and you squeeze through something like that. That's dangerous. I mean, yeah, I've seen a lot of accidents just from stuff like that. Like on the highway, for example, state police, they never expect somebody to hit them. You know how many state troopers get injured on the expressway for drivers being distracted, not paying attention, or having seizures, or whatever the case may be? And that's why they created that move over law, because tow truck drivers got affected by it. Construction workers got affected by it. A lot of people lost their lives because of people not paying attention on the road. And all could be avoided if you slowed down and paid attention to what you was doing. When you see a tow truck, police car, or fire truck, construction vehicle, don't speed up. Just slow down. Use caution. Mate, and that's why they say slow down to 20 miles an hour or move over one lane. That's all they're asking you to do. That's not a whole lot. Some of these lights are visible miles away. So you got plenty of time to slow down. You got plenty of time to move over. So do one or the other, or do both. You know what I mean? It's very easy. It can save a life. And he has the big J hooks up there. Those J hooks, for some reason, I like them better than the smaller J hooks. Once we get this tow scene out of here, then I'll be back as business as usual. Like I always say, the hardest thing is trying to explain this to your insurance company. Explain to your insurance company how you got your car on a sidewalk and into a pole. Now the insurance companies, they're gonna listen to you. Don't get me wrong, they're gonna listen to you. Some guy might say, okay, I believe it. Some people may say not. A lot of veteran guys are going to be like, you're 100% at fault because your car should not be on the sidewalk. That's what they're going to tell you. They say cars are meant to be in the street, not on the sidewalk. They don't want to hear you slid off the road, ice was under the tire. They don't hear none of that, because if you knew there was an icy condition, you should have slowed down. They're going to say plain and simple. I don't want to hear nothing about tires skid or... They don't want to hear that what could have happened. they're gonna look at this and say, well, we know what happened. I learned that from an insurance adjuster from years ago on safety insurance. They say if a car runs you off the road, you're obligated to hit that car that's running you off the road, especially if you're in your lane. If you're in your lane, stay in your lane. Don't come out of your lane and hit another car, because guess what? If you come out of your lane and hit the other car's gonna say you came into their lane and hit them. But if you stay in your lane and somebody hits you while you're in your lane, guess what? Look at over here. Oh, that turn. See that turn again. See that? That turn is not. It's not a good turn, because when you're sitting there, you're sitting in the middle of traffic. Then you're also on the tracks of the train too. So that's why there's so many accidents, because nobody knows what to do on this intersection here, and it's not well lit. So if they really want to light this up a little bit, make it more how you say it, visible. Yeah, so he did put his gloves on. So he's got 2 A's already. He's got 2 A's already. He got the high vis. He got the gloves on. I mean, I've been hiding, man. I've been hiding. I know. I think the last time I saw you was last year. Oh, yeah. That's been a while. Yeah, that's been a while. Yeah, I seen you around. It's been a while. It's been a while. The good thing about this one, they had some tow trucks do have airbags. A lot of them don't, though. I think a lot of them don't. This one does have airbag, so which makes it, I guess, a smoother ride and more heavy duty support.
Go on,
You're gonna put it on the free spool. Once you get on a free spool, you can yank that all the way through. This guy's doing the most dangerous. He's gonna get himself hurt doing that, man. He's gonna hurt him. He will hurt himself too. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you don't do that, because that's an accident waiting to happen for sure. I mean, as much accident. Oh man. Yeah, don't. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend him crossing over that flatbed like that. I mean, yeah, I mean, I see many accidents happen for lesser than that. You know, all it takes is this one little pebble on your foot. You can roll it, ball bearing or something, or grease on there. All it takes is a little dip and you're done. You twist the ankle, break the ankle, go under the car. It all can happen, trust me. It's not so much of the slip, it's actually the fall that gets you hurt. I mean, the impact of the fall and how you land is more dangerous than the actual slip itself. You hit your head, you know, and you fall backwards, and that's even worse. temperature is dropping out here too, so if there's any wet spots on the ground, the chances are they will turn to ice. And keep in mind, it's colder down below than it is above, so just keep that in mind. Some cars have thermometers in them, but they're measuring the ambient air around the car. It's not measuring the ground temperature. So that's very important to know. Some cars start up and it says ice possible on the road. It tells you that right away. I'm gonna use the good old snatch block. There's a tow truck. That's Stanley towing going down the street that way. Tow trucks, it's big business out there for towing cars, man. Because it's one way or another, your car will get towed. Whether you crash it or you trespass it, it'll get towed one way or another, sooner or later. Anybody want a battery? I'm pretty sure it's a good battery. Come get it. Put it in the back of your car. Oh, man. Yeah, that's probably a total loss. Both airbags deployed. The amount of damage, it's probably a total loss on it. It could be fixed, don't get me wrong. It could definitely be fixed. I've seen worse than that get fixed. But it all depends on how the insurance company wants to total it out,
435.
4 out, Robert.
For a loss near Void, the state's calling it over.
So the biggest question, I don't know if you guys heard on the news, Mayor Wu wants to somehow spend, originally she said $50 million to renovate White Stadium. Now allegedly the cost went up to $100 million. Allegedly it went higher than $100 million. So a lot of people are saying you spend all this money to renovate White Stadium, but why not spend that same amount of money, bringing safety to the streets in the public schools? Now, $100 million could do a lot for the Boston public schools, and also $100 million could do a lot for the safety of the streets. It could give us better street lighting. It could give us better synchronized traffic lights. It could definitely give you better, what do we call it? They call it the green wave. So the green wave is when, if you time the lights correctly, they all turn green simultaneously as the cars move up to that light, if they're doing the speed limit. So there's a lot of things that people are criticizing Mayor Wu for jumping the gun and wanting to invest in White Stadium, and it's not really, benefiting the community, put it that way. And one day I hope to, if I'm able to speak to some of these people so they can voice their opinion about White Stadium, and I hope to do that pretty soon, because a lot of people need to know. All right, so my man did a great job out here. Precision towing. Catch him on the next one out here. Mark's watching. He's making sure you're doing everything right. So, you know what Mark means from, he used to work for a Kiki at one point. So he's watching. I know he knows who you are. he knows half the tow truck drivers always. I know he came across you one time or another.
I know. You gotta understand. I'm the first black man to own tow for the Boston.
Oh really? Cool.
There's no blacks on things. I'm the first black. I broke that curse. I'm a mama.
You broke that curse? I hear you, man.
Curse.
Keep up the good work, my man.
Without me,
If it wasn't for you, it would never happen, right?
I fight for that.
You made it happen.
I made that happen.
You broke it.
No Spanish
Uh-huh.
and no blacks.
There you go.
I'm the first one.
You're the first one. There you go. That's how you do it.
That's how I do it.
Somebody's got to do it, right?
All me.
There you go, sir. All right, I'm gonna head up out of here. Great job by Precision Towing and the Boston Police. We'll catch you guys on the next one. So this intersection here, you see how they got this kind of design in the middle of the road here? That means theoretically cars shouldn't be driving on that median there. That means this is where they should be driving right here. So I don't know. I'm gonna head up out of here. Make sure there's no cars coming first. Cross when it's safe, because half these people, they will try to run you over, guys. Just so you know. Oh, he's watching out for these cars. Look at this guy. Should I slow down and let him go? Let's see. So he let me go because I always want to like see what the car's doing, because I'm not going to jump in front of the car. If they're going too fast, I'm going to let them keep going. All right, guys. No more hitting poles out there. Keep it safe. Catch you guys on the next one. This development is kind of new too. This wasn't always here. This kind of high-rise development here. At least I don't remember it always being there. That has to be kind of new. All right, guys. Catch you on the next one.